and welcome to Boost Day Tuesday. And the game we're playing today is Street Fighter the movie. And we're off to a great start. And we are playing the arcade version, which is slightly better than a PlayStation version, but not enough to really make this a good game or anything. Guile too good, bro. Stupid Jean-Claude Van Damme. Why would you want to be in a game like this anyway? Or movie, for that matter. When you think E-Honda, you definitely think Hawaiian, right? I mean, I do. The sandals are a nice touch, gotta say. Somehow your attacks can go through mine. Too good. I guess that was a sumo stomp move. Or something. Okay, this is a little tougher than anticipated. Let's try Vega, shall we? When you think Vega, you think slow, right? And somehow, crouching heavy punch can combo into itself. 3 times. Should have picked Vega first, apparently. Remember when Vega said that in Street Fighter? I remember. Trying to find any anti-airs here. None of Vega's aerials appear to be that good. Okay, so apparently we found a combo here. Oh no! It's worth a shot, right? Don't remember Vega's slide tackle being nearly that wimpy either. Vega too good, bro. Vega too good. Don't think I've ever heard him say Reba in Street Fighter, have you? Incorporating the Y strategy basically called hope he runs into my crouching heavy punch. So far so good, right? Okay, maybe not. May need to incorporate a new strategy here. Things are getting pretty desperate. It's almost like he wants to win or something. Why would you want to do that? I remember when Dawson had a lair, don't you? Okay, playtime's over. By that I mean we may want to try somebody different. Cammy too good. Rats. Tried to mount a counter-offense, but wasn't quite able to. Let's try somebody different, shall we? Okay, this is a trick. This is a tactic that must always be incorporated. Trying to do something almost interesting, but counterattacks definitely seem to play the game here. It may be that I haven't seen the movie in a while, but I don't recall her using a whip, do you? Gotta work for me. By the way, a little bit of fighting game advice. Don't put characters actually in the game, tied up like this. Because that makes things a little bit weird if you decide to play as them. Just FYI. Aside from that, I just have nothing else to say about this phenomenally amazing and perfectly made game. I was trying to see if that was comboable. Guess not. Got it. I don't know, but this kind of makes me want to play the original that much more. I guess I'm aware of the irony of saying the original, knowing that the original isn't nearly as good as this either. All that for nothing. This game has a super system just like Super Turbo, in that you only have one bar, and it resets every round. I'm trying to come up with some kind of combo to make things slightly more interesting than it already is. I know, that's kind of ironic to say because this is quite the Excite Fest, is it not? That's not the time to be trading blows there, Balrog. Rats. So it's all part of my strategy. Have them block high, go low. Counter throws? That's new. We can learn a few things after our attempt at playing Vega. Namely, you can counter his air dodges by any aerial attack it looks like. Look at that, slightly more competence coming from the AI. Let's trying to see if I could do a dash attack and counter the aerial attack, but I guess not. Yes, we're credit feeding, but in a game like this, can you really fault us? That doesn't do much damage. Which is rather surprising considering that Ken is supposed to be the stronger as far as uppercuts are concerned. I guess uppercuts just aren't that great in this game. That really is too bad. No escape. Never surrender. I'm not going to be perfected by a computer, at least. Nice cross-up. Accidentally. Trying to focus just a little bit here to get through this. You don't want to see Vega fights all night, do you? That was much easier. Remember, we saw her tied up on a previous level. That's why it's probably best that we don't include characters that are tied up. We don't want any anachronisms, do we? Would that really be called an anachronism? Well, I guess it would be if we were on that level. Although it really wouldn't be chronologically incorrect, would it? Maybe. I was hoping that'd get us out of the way of that attack. It's easier for you to throw escape than me, it looks like. Oh no! Clearly we must try something different. But what? Of course, in Bison. I've seen that move a little more impressive in other games, I'm sorry to say. At least most of his iconic moves are there, so fair is fair, right? I'll try something different here. Hey! Things are looking awful dire here. Maybe Bison isn't the trick after all. Bison was not the answer. Should we go Hawaiian again, maybe? I wasn't sure what happened there. To be fair, I did kind of walk into that. We may be at a brick wall here. Hate to say it. Okay, that's new. Cammy, maybe? Oh, so the characters are possibly random. At the very least, they're different, after all. Come on now. That didn't work. You're kidding me. How can you do a counter in stun state? Shenanigans. Trying to find a counter to that move, it's pretty tricky. There we go. So Cammy it is. Those moves seemingly link together a little bit easier in other games. Have to say it. Ah! Nicely done. I think we learned something, however. So spinning bird kick can be broken from above. Comes out pretty quickly though, so... I can do that too, you know. Oh no! Rats. This is a part of the arcades where you run out of quarters. The first several are like, hey, you've got this. This is an easy game, right? Just kidding. It's trying to find Tiger Knee, but I guess it doesn't come out. Is it in this game, or is it with a different command? I'm not really sure. Oh no! So terribly close. Ryu, maybe? I'm sorry, Ryu. That went well. That'll do it. Gotta say, that's a pretty weak Shinku Hadouken gnome. Sorry to say. Hey, since when were you able to do that? I jumped over your projectile. You should have been open. Oh no! Perhaps the trick is poking? I may have overthought this after all. How many fireballs do you have? Clearly overthinking things. And suddenly the old strategy no longer works. That's right. Pretend skill in the game to make things a little more intense. Okay, how did you do that? You were in hit stun, bro. Sorry to say, but no bueno. What? I declare shenanigans, good sir. Okay, so you can't block that low. Good to know. Does that move counter pretty much everything I do? What? You can deflect fireballs too? Nice to know. And that move is homing. This may be a little tricky. That'll do it. It was ugly, but that'll do it. Oh no! I think he's mad. I think he's mad. Generally poor display for a computer to taunt in an arcade game. Just saying. That'll do it. Check out his anti-air. Vega too good. Eventually. So far, this is a pretty drastic step down from the previous couple of enemies. Can you call them enemies? I guess you can. Guess that's what happens when you get overconfident, huh? Oh no! Caught in a throw loop. Bad things are happening. So much skill. So much not at all luck. You remember Blade, don't you? I wonder why you're called Blade. I wonder why you're called Defeated. Oh, that's right, because I defeated you. That is ridiculous. Don't ever do that again. You just look silly. That was amazing! Okay, this game just became awesome. I take everything back. That was great. So far, so good, right? That's just not gonna work, Ryu. I'm sorry for you. My timing is all off with that move. Just trying to bait a Shoryuken there. Didn't quite come out. That time it did. And that's that. Such high skill, play, and precision. Okay, now your Tiger Knee is shown. Okay, that move is a little bit quicker than I anticipated. I thought that was it. That will be. Who needs supers with play this skillful, right? And that was my dog. She's having a nightmare. Silly thing. You remember Sagat's impossible armpit attack, don't you? I remember. It was probably from the EX games or something silly like that. Alright, well played, Sagat. Well played. But can you handle the wrath of E Honda? Probably. We'll see. We'll see. I haven't quite learned the counter throw yet. Okay, what? You're in the middle of a super move. How could you counter that? I mean, legit. That's just plain rude, you know? There we go. We have this, maybe. Just kidding, we don't have this. Honda's just too slow. But we'll try one more time. Can't quite get the counterattacks in. Timing's all off. Oh no! Well, there goes about half a health bar right there. Suddenly you decide to prioritize everything, huh? Fair enough. That's game. There's no getting out of that, I'm afraid. Ryu has this, though. Possibly. Oh no. It's worth a shot though, right? Just like in the movie, right? Ryu's got this. We had so much faith in you, Ryu. So much faith. We may need all those, who knows? My money's on Sagat. Clearly, you're the superior fireball thrower. I was thinking I'd outtime that. Guess not. Oh well. Low B tie, got it. New strategy. Strategy over. Strategy over. Strategy over. Strategy overcomes that time. Who needs skill and grace when you have medium to heavy punch or heavy kick? What? What? Wouldn't you think Akuma would be after him, Bison? We'll see. We'll see how much trickier you would be. That's not quite how you're supposed to work there, Akuma, I'm sorry to say. Gotta say it pretty quick, though. Your teleport just looks ridiculous. Come on, don't be silly. Don't be silly, Akuma. Vega's got this. Maybe. What? That did a full super's worth of damage there, even though only one of those hit. Oh, come on now. That's just silly, game. That's just silly. There's gotta be a trick to this. Gotta be. And to think, we almost had him in a loop. So remind me again why we try to throw. I'm sure there's a perfectly valid reason, I just don't know what it is. Oh no! That did a lot of damage. Ah! Oh no! Rat. We might be onto something here, though. Let's try this one more time. Rats. Nothing fancy here. Gotta go with what we know works. It's not working! It didn't work. It worked before. Surely it'll work again, right? That's just rude, game. Not quite sure if it's a cross-up or what, but... Alright. One down. What? He says not preparing to do a grab at all. Timed that poorly. Looks like you have a few cross-up attacks of your own. That'll do it. All that leaves is Bison, right? That's right. Apparently you don't like that strategy for some reason. Is it because this strategy is too good? Oh no! You're supposed to block it! Now we got this. Street Fighter the movie? More like one button the movie, right? That'll do it. Thanks for watching this terribly tricky and not at all easily exploitable game, ladies and gentlemen. Well, they don't call this Boost Day Tuesday for nothing, right? Might as well boost this remix just a little bit for your enjoyment. That's right, it is. Vega quite literally carried us to the end of the game. He's not my favorite character for nothing, after all. And with amazingly skillful play and combos like you just witnessed, how could he not be? Frankly, I prefer the Super Nintendo version of this song. It kind of loses some of its kick, as far as this remix is concerned. A wreck, more like this game is a wreck. What? Never mind. This game is actually amazing. Because it is. That's right, this game is incredible. And I give this game's rating a bad out of 10. Thanks for watching, everybody.